It's time to switch it up. It's a new year. It's a new me. You know what that be like. Controllers taking over. I smell toast. Gotta put some butter on that toast. And I told you, you are not enough. You was never enough. So they left you behind. Let's get into these topics because it's gonna blow your mind. Pause. Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. Now, I was going to run upstairs. I was going to run upstairs. I was going to do this. I'm not even going to cap. I was going to run upstairs. I was going to go get my Series X mini fridge. I was going to put it right here. Actually, I was going to have it turn it around on there and have my little Xbox logo here. And then I was just like, nah, I'm not going to do that because I think Wanda looks so dope. Shout out to the members that got a chance to see those two videos that I put up new. Wanda from Wanda and Scarlet, WandaVision, the WandaVision show, the Scarlet Witch, Iron Studios 1/4 statue. And I also put up another video talking about what members want and what they should look forward to, weekly vlogs of, talking about stuff. Having conversations, gamer to gamer, person to person. I think those things is necessary. So if you want to become a member, hey, check it out. And I would like to thank everybody that super chats during the week or do super thanks. It's incredible to see that level of connectivity between us because it helps and it goes a long way. You guys sharing and throwing thumbs up, that is fantastic. But going back to what I was saying, I was going to go upstairs and get my mini fridge because tell me why I found out that Xbox Series S, they got toasters. On King David, they got toasters. I cannot believe that the level of marketing, Aaron Greenberg, you guys are hitting it out the park. Because the average consumer, let's just say the average consumer goes in there to pick up a toaster and they see this toaster that's $39.99 over at Walmart and they just pick it up because they just wanted a toaster. And check out what they get. And they get this. Now, for us enthusiasts that understand that are in the know, now they know. Now, let's say they pick this toast up, and this thing is in their mind. They see it now. They like, it cooks, good bread or whatever. And they go past and they see a Series S. Yo, that looked like my toaster. Not knowing that toaster was modeled after a Series S. You understand? So the level of putting brand recognition all over the place, where people mocked and laughed at what it looked like. I've seen it as little speakers. I've seen so many different things on the aesthetics and the design of these consoles. Not from the competition, but straight from Xbox. If that isn't a level of, and everybody talk about, we need more marketing, we need more this, we need more that. If that's not being creative outside of the box and putting forth ideas and they actually reach the masses, oh man, the level of creativity that's happening over there, you want to be a part of. So shout out to Aaron Greenberg and the team and whoever came up with that campaign of mini fridge versus toaster versus little boombox. Those things go a long way to keeping the boot on Sony's neck this whole generation. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know how we do over here. We're not playing with you. You will not make it out of this. Kong will die, and it will not be a PlayStation 6. I told you, we're going to keep that boot on the neck the whole generation. You thought you was going to get out of this topic without hearing that, right? Peace. Our sponsor today is Xbox Gamer Picks, where the only limit is your imagination. So if you're not comfortable with your avatar, you're not comfortable with your gamer pick, if it doesn't look like how you want it to look, well, make sure that you get to Xbox Gamer Picks, where Graphic Guard will make sure that you have the best avatar you've ever wanted. And it looks just like you imagined. So remember, go to Xbox Gamer Picks, where the only limitations is your imagination. So right now, is this patent that's going around about an Xbox controller, and it can hook up to various devices, to screens and stuff like that. And somebody had a mock-up. I think it was Indie Sloth that had a mock-up of it. I don't think it was him per se, but he was reporting on it. So KNN News, you know what it is. So this controller is made by Microsoft. It has a patent, and it has all these little devices that's hooked up to it. Now, I know what you're talking about, and it's not this controller that is coming out this year. This controller that's coming out this year has a haptic feedback, has Bluetooth, has all this stuff that's built into the device. Is more of a premium controller itself, stock-based controller. This controller itself here is something that I think is going to replace the standard Xbox controller and become the standard Xbox controller going forward. But the one I'm talking about is this one, the patent one, where it's like detachable. And I want you to hear me out, because I always had this problem. Remember with that Fire Stick stuff that they were talking about? It'd be like $100 and you just plug it and you could play it anywhere. But then you always had the barrier, like the controller. What if this is the Trojan horse? Now, what if the controller is the console? It's a streaming, and you have all the technology in the controller. And it's the streaming device itself. And it's Bluetooth and it's Wi-Fi is all in there. And you can hook up to anything, anywhere, anytime, and turn any screen into a play field. Whereas the controller is your streaming device. And that is the streaming device. How much would you pay? $150? Do you think $150 getting in the door and out your house while you're running around in the streets doing it? Because I see people talking about, it's like the PlayStation Portal. To hell with you. PlayStation Portal is a paperweight. It's a waste of time. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. Keep your boot on your neck this whole generation. This thing is something that can go. This thing is something that can hit. I always thought that the barrier itself was a controller because you needed it to interact with your games. And if you make the actual controller the streaming device that interacts with every screen, wherever you're at, you can turn those screens into a play field. This is the game changer. This is how you reach different demographics. Y'all said they was going to be out of the console business. You said they was going to become third party. You are wrong. They will kill Kong. Kong will die. He's not getting out of this generation. CEO of Catan Games. This is brought to you by KNN News. And it's what is it, like an analyst firm? He might be like the Michael Pachter of Japan. Went on record talking about the new Nintendo Switch. Now we know that we thought that it should launch this year. He feels that it's definitely going to launch this year. And he went bold. He said a couple of things. He said it's going to be $400. It's going to be $100 over the initial price of the original Switch. and that the games should hit the $70 mark. Okay, so the games will hit the $70 mark, and the console itself will be $100 more, and it won't be revolutionary. It will be a normal successor, like iterative, if you will. It would be just a minor upgrade in a sense of where the Switch is. And that was kind of disappointing in a sense, but then I don't believe so, because the dev kits are outside, and I believe that it's powerful enough to run these current gen games and be able to play Call of Duty. And I know Microsoft is going to make sure that they hit those benchmarks with that Switch 2, because I believe that they want as many games on the Switch 2 to capitalize on the launch of a new console, to get that revenue in. And I believe that, Microsoft and Nintendo is walking hand in hand down the street talking about wonderful things on, how they can get Sony out of the game, how they can work together. It was just something that I saw that I wanted to bring to the table, because a lot of times people don't give Switch highlight. I want to give the Switch a highlight, because I think for it to be where it is in its seventh year, to still be pushing out units, and it's on a small decline, and now it's going into its 8th year. It's time. It had a normal life cycle, and I don't believe that they're going to leave the handheld market alone. So it's going to be just like a Switch, because he was talking about the Pokemon aspect of it, and that how that game influences Nintendo's decisions when it comes to making consoles. So this is something I wanted to bring to you guys. And as gamers, we know that the Switch is very important. Nintendo is very important in this ecosystem, because Sony tried to kill them off when they got jilted at the altar. So we got to preserve these guys at all means, so Nintendo's doing a wonderful job. So hopefully, we get that Switch out this year. Hopefully it's around tax time. We all got that tax money, so y'all can spend it, baby. You know what it is. Spend that tax money. Get a new Switch. Switch 2. I don't even know what they're going to call it. If they mess up on the name, that's what's going to hurt it. I got your ass now. I got you now. Ooh, y'all try to wiggle. The games that come out 6 months on PC, and and we don't worry about it because we played it first. First it was a year later, and then we didn't care. Y'all getting our old games. First of all, I found out that only 4% of y'all buy physical games, so y'all got to stop capping. That was one. 2. Y'all used to care about first-party games until y'all only got one first-party game last year. AAA first-party bangers. Remember the bangers? You got one banger last year. That 1-0, nothing, nada, butt kiss, boom. That happened to you. Now y'all care about third party. Yeah, it's all about the third party. The third parties do move the situation. Third parties, we care about third parties. I remember when it was indie, because you didn't have no third parties, and you didn't have any first party. It was that indie scene. Y'all dropped them like hot potatoes as soon as you got some games. But here it is. I got you now. Oh man, I waited for this moment. If you stuck around this long in this video, share this out to everybody you know. Share it out to everybody. This is where Xbox stands up. Could you imagine Microsoft bringing out one of their AAA titles and skipping Xbox? You heard me. PlayStation is making a Horizon MMO that's going to skip console and go straight to PC and mobile. You were never enough. You was always the side boo. You thought you was the main squeeze. Until she got Nexus. Oh, that's my heart. Boy, Jim was a double, triple agent. Jim did his thing. Oh. Jim, Rome is burning. Kong will die. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. If this doesn't tell you where you are going and what you are, nothing will. I want to see you guys defend, deflect, and run from this. I want to hear the crap that y'all gonna speak out your mouths. This is Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. Try to play the Game Pass.